Hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are doing another speed paint of a piece I did that it's a little bit self-indulgent for sure, but it's of Dabi from My Hero Academia and Bakugo from My Hero Academia, definitely having a little bit of a face-off. But definitely a little self-indulgent for sure, but it was really fun, and I very rarely do two people in the drawing. I usually do portraits or, just one person. So this was actually really good because there's two people in this particular one. It actually kind of evolved, and you'll see it in the speed paint. I did the Dobby drawing first, and it was with a completely different video idea, and I liked the Dobby drawing so much, I was like, I want to color this, but I didn't like the other part of the drawing, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So I was like, what if I just completely indulge myself and put Bakugo in there as well? So you'll actually see I imported this sketch from a different one, so you won't be able to see me creating the sketch. But just trust me that it's my sketch and I did it. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Alright, so this is the drawing we will be looking at today. As I said before, pretty self-indulgent. But when you're an artist, you can do that kind of stuff. So I did. But yeah, I got a little burnt out by the time I got to Bakugo, so it's not my absolute favorite drawing of him. However, I still really like this piece, and I'm super happy with how Dobby turned out. I just really, really am happy how it looks overall. Very happy with the hair. I have not been able to replicate how I did his hair like this. I don't know how I did it. I mean, I do, but I can't do it. I don't know why, but I have not been able to do it again, and I'm kind of mad about it. But I really like how I did Dobby's hair in this piece. I think overall, just the shading and the lighting and the interesting background, just all of it, I'm really proud of, because all that stuff is kind of new to me. I don't really do backgrounds all that often, so I'm just trying to expand, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. But yeah, enough just looking at it. Let's get into the speed paint. Alright, so here we are. As I said before, and as you can see, I imported the sketch. So this is me making the other person a little bit better. I had to make him bigger because my other person was not necessarily female, but they were a little on the smaller side, and I feel like Bakugo isn't that much smaller than Dobby, so I had to make him bigger. And this is just the sketch, and Dobby's sketch was already done. All I really had to do was trace over it, so that's what I did. And this is me doing the flat colors. I really like making Dobby's skin look really kind of sickly almost. I don't know, I just feel like he would be really pale and just, I don't know, I don't see him as someone who would really take care of himself in regards to nutrients and sunlight, so I like to draw his skin pretty sickly looking. And then Bakugo, obviously, I did him on the tanner side. And just doing the flat colors. For a long time I thought Dobby's jacket was black, but it's actually really deep navy blue, which is really funny because I get kind of irritated when I see merch for him, or I see a cosplay of him, not from cosplayers, but on Amazon, a cheap Amazon cosplay that has a black Dobby coat. It really bothers me. I know, but it does, and I'm just no, it's not black, it's blue. So, this is me trying to figure out how I want to shade his, skin. He doesn't have very much skin that's the normal skin color to shade, so, I could spend a lot of time in little mini details in this. And just adding some darker stuff, shadows, all that fun stuff. Yep, just, I know it's not canon, but I really like to make his nails black. I think it just really pops. I don't think he paints his nails. I think his nails are black from, like, you know, like bad hygiene and unhealthiness. I don't think he paints his nails black. I don't think he cares enough to do that. I think his nails are black because he, like, burns them a little and he hurts them a lot and he just doesn't, like, care enough to do anything about them. So that's why I think his nails are black, and that's why I often will color his nails black. Not all the time, but sometimes. I don't know, I just feel like that's a little bit more to character if he has black nails and they're because of, you know, not taking care of them. But yeah, this is just me adding some details. It's hard to tell, but I'm coloring the lips right now. Well, the top lip. And here we go. We're moving on to the not his skin. I don't know if y'all are caught up in the manga. I won't elaborate on that. But we're moving on to the purple skin. Just, you know, basic shading. I actually color his scarred skin exactly how I color his skin, like his, like, real, more healthy looking skin, but it's the after, it's like the after effects I put on it is what makes it look a little bit more gross. So this whole part is just really just shading it like skin, except for using, you know, a purple scale instead of a skin colored scale, and making him nice and shiny. I don't know why I like to do that. I just do. Highlight is my best friend. It's like my favorite step in the process. But yeah, we're just trucking along here. I edited the sketch a little bit with the coloring just to make it a little bit better, but not by much. I know it's hard to see, but I'm just doing little details right now. Unfortunately, it doesn't zoom in while I'm coloring. It just only captures the full overall thing, so it's semi-annoying, but it's okay. Here's me doing the highlight and more highlight. I actually do two. I used to only do one, but I've started to do like two forms of highlight, just to, you know, make it pop a little bit more. Here's me doing the hair. Maybe I can relearn how I did this. Okay, it looks like I put more strands of hair than I normally do, and lots of shadowing, and I think it's really important. A lot of people don't do this, but there is actually a lot of shadow in the hair, because hair is it overlaps a lot, so there's actually a lot of shadow in hair, so you want to make sure you make sure to put that there. I didn't know what lighting I was going to do at the time, and if I did, I probably would have done this a little differently, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. I also do two versions of shine on the hair as well when I eventually, you know, do that. And this is me fixing up the edges. Again, this is before I colored with, what's it called? Well, this is before I lowered the opacity of the sketch and colored that way. So you'll see I had to do a lot of editing to get rid of those white lines that are on this. And yeah, we're already so far in, and I haven't even touched Bakugo yet, so you can see why these things take me a while, especially when there's more people. There's 2 people involved, or even 3. It takes me a long time. I had to change the background color for this part because it was so when the background is such a light color and what you're coloring is so dark, sometimes the difference can kind of hurt your eyes, especially when you're really zoomed into the edge to the border. It's sometimes hard to just like tell and see the detail of it. So I had to change the background color while I was shading his jacket. And finally, I'm moving on to Bakugo. Bakugo has much warmer skin tones because he's a healthy 16-year-old boy. So, and Dabi's a not very healthy 24-year-old man. So we kind of want to change up the color palette a little. And since they're also standing next to each other, we want the skin to look different. We don't want it to look like I just, copied and pasted Dobby skin onto Bakugo or Bakugo skin onto Dobby. So want to make sure there's a big difference between the two, and just like real life, everybody's skin tones are different for the most part. Most people don't have the same skin tone, so we want to reflect that when you're drawing. Just shading, doing a little here and there. As I said, I didn't know what the lighting was going to be when I was doing this originally, so I probably would have done it a little differently, but that is an oversight on my part. I'm not really used to doing overall lighting yet. This is kind of like a new thing that I've started doing in my art journey, so yeah, I'm not used to doing overall lighting. So right at this point in time, I just kind of shaded, assuming the light is just like directly overhead or to the left. I don't know why I really like the left. I like to go counterclockwise, and I like my light source to be in the top left corner. Don't ask me why, I don't know. So as you can see, when I get rid of the line art, you can see all those little white spaces between all the colors. And so that's what happens when you color without getting rid of the line art or not making the line art a little see-through. And you'll see I'll have to go back and fix all that, which is a pain in the butt. And I'm so glad I don't do this anymore. And I actually think this might be, we're approaching the time when I'm gonna have to go back and fix it. It's not the most interesting to look at, but maybe it's a lesson to learn. Still clearly don't know that lesson myself. I only sometimes remember to do that. It depends what I'm doing. If I'm coloring like cartoony style, I keep the line art so it doesn't actually matter what it looks like underneath the line art. But when I'm doing fully realistic, like this is, I have to get rid of the line art, and it's such a pain in the butt to have to go back and troubleshoot all those white spots. And here we are. I think this is me. Oh, this is me feathering the hair, Dobby's hair specifically. Since it's realisms, we have to make the hair look fluffier. Anime hair is very pointy, and it doesn't have a lot of tendrils, I guess you could call it. So we want to kind of floof it out a bit. I love this step. It really just brings the hair to life, in my opinion. It's just really nice. And here I am going back to fix all the white. It's very time consuming and tedious. I'm doing it around his ear now, around Dobby's ear, if you can see, and now around his neck. You can see it's like a very subtle difference, but it really, it makes it look much better. This was a very tedious process, and it's just as tedious to watch. I don't even see where I am right now. Oh, there I am. Cleaning up the jacket and the shirt, and going to the sleeves. I don't even know what those are. They're just, I'm gonna call them sleeves because I don't know exactly what they are. And here's me texturing the scar skin. So basically, both of these steps require me to combine layers, so I have to make sure that all of my layers are what I want them to look like before I combine them, because it's kind of hard to change them once I've combined them. So both of the cleaning up the edges and making his skin look more scarred require the the coloring to be combined. So that's why those steps are together. And you'll see I did it first, and then I went back and I made it even rougher looking because I didn't like how clean it looked. Dobby is anything but clean, so I wanted to make that show. And that was what I should have done. I don't know if you guys saw that, but if you saw that the line art was a little clear, it was see-through, and that's how I should have been drawing this whole piece to begin with, but I didn't figure that out until a little bit more recently, so which is silly, I know. Touching up Bakugo's arm that's closer to us, and clothing is very hard for me, so if you see that my clothing is lacking, it's because it is. I don't know why, but I've never quite been able to figure out clothing. I'm still getting there. I'm getting a little better, But yeah, I haven't been able to quite figure out exactly how I want to color clothing. I'm pretty good with skin and hair. It's clothing that's really given me a struggle. And lips. Lips are really hard for me. As you can probably tell with Bakugos, I don't really know what I'm doing. So, you know, just doing my best. But with art, you kind of have to trial and error a lot. So this is me figuring out the lighting and, you know, the setting. This is me filming a TikTok. You can see the very rough sketch. And here is the final product. And we will go back to the, so we can have a little bit of a better view. All right, and this is what we've created. So yeah, this is, I'm still really proud of it. As I say almost every time, it's just how I am, but I can always see improvements I could have done or things I could have done differently and blah, blah, blah. But this is what it looks like. This is how it is. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. As I said, I don't know how I did the hair. I'm going to try and do that hair again on my latest sketch. So now that I've watched it, maybe I'll be able to do it again. Alright, so that's it for today. I know it's a bit of a long one, and I'm sorry, I won't keep talking. It just was since it was 2 people, it took a while to color, and that's just, you know, how it is. Logically, of course, the more things you have to color, the longer it's gonna take. But anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Next time I upload, it will be another Omno highlights. I think only 2 more videos until it's the conclusion. So maybe keep track of that if you are interested. The ending is still up on my Twitch, but it's gonna disappear pretty soon. So if you're impatient or you want to watch the whole thing, I would get on that. It is very close to disappearing. But yeah, I will see everyone next time with some highlights.